Well, look at this. Just back to live action, and we got cars all over the place on this restart. Well, that answered one of your questions about Scheckter.
Wow. What?
7th. And look at the damage in the front of Herta.
Brian Herta involved in this thing. Danica Patrick down on the infield. She's got caught up in that mess. Started right up in the front. Started with somebody
in front of her.
Oh yeah, she was just we just got through saying that she'd moved into the top 10, and as soon as she did, somebody up in front of her messed up, and she ended up in the infield on fire. And you can see that thing. I might
suggest she climbs out of there in a hurry with that fire back there. There's Herta. We saw Scheckter, and apparently Carpenter was involved as well.
Well, there's Yasukawa and Scott Sharp as they're sitting in the infield. So those two guys got involved in it. So wow, Matsura, I'm sorry, not Yasukawa, Matsura and Scott Sharp. So
I was watching Weldon on that restart and didn't see how that developed.
Yeah, both of those Hernandez cars involved in that thing. So unbelievable.
Let's see if we can see on the replay exactly what happened. I mean, we can even tell. There's Carpenter. There's Carpenter's Vision Racing number 20. That's the assets of the old Kelly Racing team. They really just put this program together in the last couple of months. And there's Scheckter, left side ripped off that car.
Yeah, he got hit in the side and then punched into the outside wall with the right side of the car. So that car is very bad.
Right, let's watch now. Schecter's right in the middle. They're 3 wide.
Looks like we got 3 wide right here. And
55 triggered that.
Matsura just 3 wide, came right down in front of Scheckter and spun, and from then on it's a free for all. Everybody but back there behind him.
Danica didn't get woed, and she went over the back of, it looked like one of the Ganassi cars.
Yeah.
Let's watch it again.
Well, Matsura is back there. He just gets a huge run.
This ought to be a great shot right here.
He's way on the outside. Doesn't hit anybody, but as he pulls back down, he'd been up in the marbles. He just spun, and of course everybody else after that, they were just along for the ride. Nothing anybody back there could do.
Here's Danica. Now watch. This happens up in front of her.
You can see
right here. There, she gets over one of the. She almost rolled that thing over.
Boy, she did.
She got that high-sided for sure. She's okay.
A hard hit.
She climbs out. She's all right. Take a ride to the infield care center.
Wow.
Let's watch this in real time. She got that thing high-sided. She looks like she's still dazed there.
I think she is. I think she hit that outside wall real hard, and she's a little bit.
Did she get the wall? Did she get the outside wall?
Yeah, she went up after she did.
She rode up.
Yeah,
she got the wall.
I got up to the outside wall, hit the outside wall very hard, and then back down to the inside. So
there's Danica's mom. There's Bev Patrick from Roscoe, Illinois. Of course, Danica now is engaged and lives in Phoenix. Let's see from the onboard, because she got over one of the. Okay, now you're with the number 4 of Scheckter.
And they got a big run. He's about there where he should be. And here's Matsura. He's the guy that he went way wide and just spun in front of everybody and just.
Now here's Danica.
Took
this
out
is
the
real
whole
time with
bunch.
Danica. Now watch. I'm not sure who she runs over.
So you can see Herta. He's spinning way back here. Everybody else kind of sees it. She just didn't get on the binders.
Yeah, she got the outside wall.
She hit the outside wall a ton. She probably had the hardest contact of anybody.
There she is right there. There's the contact. Gets high and it goes right to the wall. Boom. Yeah, that was the hardest impact.
That was probably the hardest impact of anybody on the racetrack. As once she went over his wheel, she had no brakes and she couldn't stop that thing, and she really nailed the outside wall.
We'll get down to talk to Bobby Rahal, who owned the Danica Patrick entry, as well as Vito Mira and Buddy Rice's.
Your sight line of the incident.
Well, I mean, it was all happening in front of her, and she was doing right, and then Ed Carpenter, who was about 5 laps down or something like that, was in the middle of that restart. Why, I don't know, and he parked it in the middle of the incident, and she just caught up to him. But she did a great job all day. Made a lot of good passes, and it's just unfortunate. I think she was feeling comfortable, and big accident.
Pit stops and traffic, I know, were the 2 main areas of concern for her coming in today. How would you grade her in those areas?
I'd give her pretty good. I don't know if I'd give her an A, but I'd certainly give her a B. I mean, the restarts some were good, some weren't so good. No, but that's just the experience factor. A lot of those restarts, it depends on who's leading the restart. And some of these guys continue to play games, while they're when they're leading the restarts, and it just stacks up. The further back you are, the worse it gets. So, you know, tough day for her, but all in all, I'm pretty pleased.
That's Bobby Rahal. Now let's go to Jerry Punch.
Well, Tom Anderson.
Wow. Those out of that race would be Schechter, Matsura, Sharp, Herta,
It looked
Patrick,
to me like
Dixon.
Kosuke got the Panasonic car, had a good run on that group in front of him, and they weren't quite as quick as what he thought. And he had to jump to the outside to go around him, and with the combination of the cold tires and the amount of marbles that were up high, I think it wasn't too many, but it was too many for the situation. So just not enough grip up there, and it looked like back end came around on him up high, and got away from him. So I think more or less a victim of circumstances, because he had a hell of a run on the guys in front, but there wasn't enough room to do what he had to do to avoid going straight into the back of him, and left him in a position that wasn't really compatible with the tires at that time.
Okay, Tom Anderson. Kosuke, though, is okay, guys.
So a 7-car crash involving Schechter, Matsura, Sharp, Herta, Patrick, Dixon, and Yasukawa.
Yeah, it's a tough break for everybody involved. Matsura starts the thing. Once he's sideways in front of the whole pack on a restart, there's nothing anybody can do. I mean, Thomas Schechter, nothing he could do. Danica Patrick, everybody's a victim of circumstances. You're all trying to miss it, but there's just too many cars sideways at that point.
38 laps to go. Dan Weldon under yellow, still out in front. And so often, though, Larry, that's a very intense time of a race on that restart. One miscue, you're all jammed up there together. Look at that race car.
Well, everybody knows.
What race car is that? I can't even identify that.
I think that was Scott Sharp's car, if I'm not mistaken.
There's the 9 of Dixon.
He got into Herta. Herta spun.
Well, that was the car that wasn't that the car that Patrick went over?
No, she went over Carpenter. He hit Herta way back in the.
Carpenter's still out there.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think
I'd like to see that replay.
Carpenter was out of. No, that was Carpenter that she ran over. I'm almost sure.
I'd like to see that replay again in slow motion, see who she ran over, because I thought that was a white car. Is that Sharp's mess, or that's Danica's car?
Yeah, that's Danica's car right there.
Wow. Well, we're still under yellow. We'll be under yellow for a while for this mess. A 7-car fracas has brought out the 7th yellow of the afternoon. And all the drivers, of course, that were involved will have to take that mandatory ride over to the infield care center. We want to take a look at the replay again and see if we can. Okay, there it's already happened.
And you can see that's.
Yeah, there's Dixon already up there.
Yasukawa, Dixon, all those guys up there. Already out of the race.
I wonder if we get back on that.
That's Danica Patrick right there.
Get on board with Danica Patrick, because I'd like to see who she hit, because you heard Rahal say it was Carpenter, but had she hit Carpenter that hard, why would Carpenter still be out there running?
Well,
I don't know.
I don't believe he is. I think he's stopped on the racetrack.
Oh, that's right. Carpenter's out. Yeah, we saw him standing there. That's right. Yes, we saw him standing there.